Step 10, Libra. Today is the day where you're arguing with yourself or finding the uncomfortable balance in between the old you and the new you. Let's see what's happening today. Today is definitely a day where you want to give yourself a little bit of space and a little bit of love. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. If you want to go live today, you need to make sure that your camera and your mic are working. And you can give me a bunch of likes down here by hitting that button. Send it off to a friend. Hey, Mark, put down where you're from. Hey, Maura from Sacramento. Gemini's in Sacramento. Hello, gang. Welcome, welcome. Put in where you're from. Good morning from Toronto. Much love from Toronto. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jude. Welcome, welcome. Jude is a 29-degree Gemini. Whoa, and we've got Geminis coming in like crazy. We're flying with Geminis. New Mexico, Minneapolis. Hey, from the UK. Connecticut, Massachusetts. Welcome from Fresno, California. Los Angeles. Welcome. Harlem, New York. Whoa. Florida. California Gemini. Whoa, as I said, you guys are coming all over the place today. What is with the Geminis today on step 10? It's manifestation day. They came for manifestation. Pakistan, Paris, Pennsylvania, San Diego, Libra. Whoa, you got a birthday coming up or it's already gone? Virgo. Hey, Dr. April, how you doing? Grand Rising from Arizona. You guys, today is an interesting day. Ireland, St. Louis, Missouri, Calgary Gemini. Hello, everyone. Indonesia, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sophia, do you want to chat? I'm not sure if you're up to a chat. I'd love to chat. All the way from Indonesia. Good morning, good morning. Texas, London, Gemini. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are like just going crazy here with all the Geminis. What's up with the Geminis? Libra, birthday today. Oh no, a bunch of Geminis. I'm scared. 29 degrees Sag. Yes, baby face photos. Sacramento, welcome.
Hi.
We finally meet.
It's late in Indonesia and I'm in bed already, but it's okay.
You're in bed already. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi.
You gotta tell everybody your name. I mean, lots of people probably know who you are already, but
no, not on that side of the world. No. I am Sophia. I'm from Indonesia.
Yes, and you're German Indonesian.
Yes, I have half. Well, not German. It's more Yugoslavia, Czech.
Oh, you're kidding. Double shit. Yaxamash. Sorry, Yaxamash. Czech.
Bože môj.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. My second wife was Czech.
Really?
So I grew up. Yeah. And you're an actress, of course.
I'm here. I've been acting. I've been in the business for 36 years.
Whoa, wait
now.
a second here. You can't say that because everybody will know how old you are then.
I'm 53.
Which you don't look 53. You look like you're 35 or 30 or 29.
No, I'm 53. That's okay.
And I'm 54. And then tell everybody your birthday.
August 8th. I'm a Leo Sag rising.
Yes, August 8th. Lionsgate portal. I think I told you that's been a big day in my life.
Oh, what happened?
Well, when I was arrested by the feds for holding data information I wouldn't turn over to them, that was August 8th. A hostile takeover of my biggest public company. It was a $60 million company that we started and it went to 60 million a couple of years. August 8th. Yeah, it's a special day. It's a powerful day, like transformation day. So you were born on the day of transformation.
Yeah, my mom always told me that she knew that I was going to be born on August 8th. The doctors said, maybe on the 6th, maybe on the 7th. She said, no, it's going to be on the 8th.
So out of curiosity, how did you get into acting?
Oh, it was not supposed to be like that. I was in Germany. I was in high school and I was I was applying to medical school in Germany. I wanted to become a doctor. And then my parents lived here in Jakarta already. And I came back for the holidays. And then there was a scout for, who was looking for models, like half mixed European models.
European.
Yes, I was 16 back then. I was 16. And, when somebody's 16 and they offer you fame and, all that sort of stuff, everything just goes down the drain. So I never went back to Germany.
So how's it been in the public? Like, I mean, you have millions of people follow you over there. Like, what, 3.5 million on Instagram alone, right?
How is it?
Is it different? Is it?
No, I don't know. I'm used to it. I mean, people know me, but it just doesn't make a difference. I'm at the house all the time if I'm not working. I'm a home person. We have 7 dogs, 20 cats.
Whoa.
Yeah. Both of my daughters, they live with me. My older daughter's already married for 1 year, happily married. They stay with us. They stay with me as well. So, yeah, I have my hands full at the house.
So the interesting thing was that you were going to become a doctor. I mean, first of all, I thank you for following and thank you for reaching out and sharing our posts and your journey. But you were going to become a doctor so that you have this intrinsic love for the human body, I guess, or health.
I do. I was always, my mother is a nurse. She was a nurse. She's retired already. So I grew up in the medical people, doctors and nurses. And it was always very intriguing. But like I told you, I was not, and my parents didn't have money to put me through university as well. So I had to work. I had to, hustle, as they say over there.
Yeah.
But healing has been always something that I'm interested in. Healing. The body can heal itself. And I always knew it, and I wanted to help people, but I don't know. Now I'm in this business, and
well, I mean, you know that the world's changing, and you get a chance to use your influence to talk to people about it. We work with Dominica Pulente in Mexico, and she's like you, very much into health and wellness and stuff like that, and she leverages her platform to talk to people about how to be healthier and how to live better lives. How did you find Human Garage, out of curiosity?
I don't believe in coincidences. I don't know. For some reason, maybe I definitely need help. And here I am. You're helping me, helping
and you help yourself. Yeah.
How you this astrology, which I'm also very interested in. This astrology, I'm a Leo and a Sag rising, a lot of Libra around me as well. And how do you apply this towards the fascia and the body?
It started off when we had the clinic in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. What happened was we were fixing people from all over the world. We literally started out in a garage, and I'm not a medical doctor. So if you're coming to me, it's because everything else had failed already. So I was the last stop. But then what happened was, I started getting, at the time, DC comic superheroes come in, like mm-hmm. Brandon Roth and Katie Lotz and stuff like that. Well, that just took us to a whole new world. So I had all these people, these celebrities, mainstream celebrities, coming to my garage for care. And that's the only reason why we started a clinic, because I was just trying to figure it out for myself. And so that's how it mushroomed into that. And then over time, the Human Garage, because we didn't have any rules. We didn't have a discipline. So we would use whatever doctor, whatever therapy, whatever we thought would work. And I started looking at, after we got a big base of customers, about 10,000 clients. I'm from a data background, and I started looking at it and saying there has to be some statistical relationship between these types of injuries and these types of people. So I started putting it up, and I could see these patterns, but I didn't know how to identify the pattern. And so what we did is we took different systems from Kabbalah all the way through, and we looked at different systems and applying it to the human body. Mm-hmm. And what we found was astrology was the most accurate.
Really?
And yeah, and so I believed in astrology. Mm-hmm. I had my best friend who's an astrologer who has the app that we have that it trained me in astrology. But I was saying, you know, like, if you have, like, for example, if you're coming, a lot of our clients would come from Asia. And if they're coming over to Human Garage and spending 12 weeks, they're spending $100,000 US usually to come see me. So, so I'm like, if I make it, if I'm not prepared, if they're not prepared, if they're really dehydrated, or if they need something in advance, and I don't tell them that journey is not going to be successful to them. And that's a lot of money to not be successful with, right?
Yeah.
So we started just casually applying astrology as a precondition, saying, okay, well, so you're a Leo. Leos are going to be tighter here. They're going to be tighter here. They're going to have issues in through here, which sometimes cause pain up and through here. You know, these are just little things that I know about a Leo, like you. And then you're a Sag rising, so that ego is always pushing you to learn and go more and push the edges, which means that your Sag rising is pushing against your Leo. So in other words, when your heart's not doing what you want to do, you're going to have more problems in your body.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, you know, following your heart.
I'm a Sag rising until you told me. I always thought I was a Cap rising. I don't know how.
Well, you know, I mean, when I ran your chart and we started talking, it was, I knew instantaneously why you reached out to me. And that's why I started communicating with you, because I believe that the world's going through a transition. And I believe it's an evolutionary transition as well. It's an energetic and evolutionary transition. And the old ways of doing things in the world aren't going to exist next year and the year after. And between here and there, people are going to have a lot of problems. And it starts off, first of all, in self. Like the next 9 months, people's bodies, and the next 3 months, people's bodies are going to get ripped to shreds. Because
the post that you were talking about with your friend, Christopher, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I am feeling that as well. I'm feeling so much. I'm feeling there's something off in my body. I am starting to detox a little bit. It's something like my body's telling me something is wrong. I don't know if it's just in my head or...
Yeah, well, it's not in your head. I mean, in your head. So there's a good discussion point. What does in your head mean? Because this is not really the brain that does the thinking. The body does the thinking. The brain just tells you what you are thinking. It's a dashboard. Your brain is a computer screen, but the computer is the body. So when you're feeling that way, it's because there is something changing in your body, and because you got the Sag rising and you've got all this mastery in your chart. I mean, you got a lot of grand mastery in your chart. So you're being pushed and called, I believe, to change the way that you show up in the world. And in other words, help the world in a new way. And this is, and people who are doing that, like with your astrology, if you weren't doing something like this or interacting or changing your body or changing your ways in some way and helping other people, then my belief is, or my observation is that your life would be getting torn up in other ways. So what you're doing is you're actively going through this process yourself. And think about consciousness rising. Okay. And if consciousness rises, we're all little ships, little boats. And that means every boat rises too. But some of us have anchors that are dug in. And if those anchors are dug in too deep, then we'll get capsized by consciousness rising, which is fear, anger, shame, guilt. Because those are the only things we take away from this world anyways. We don't take anything material.
Okay. So you believe, no, not you believe, that's, I believe that we come into this world, we carry karma. We have our lessons to learn.
Yes.
And
But that's all gone, by the way. That got rewritten this year.
but I have this strong, and this has been happening for the past few months, probably 3-4 months. I think that this lifetime is the purpose of releasing all the karma.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is the lifetime. We get to witness it.
Really?
No one else in mankind's ever experienced it. This is the release of karma. And it was done as of December 20th last year. Now you're working it out of your body and your life.
I'm getting goosebumps, Gary.
Yeah, but that's why the world's such a shit show right now.
It is.
You've already done the work. Now your body has to heal from all of the stuff that it's held in every state of awareness, every lifetime. It's coming out, and it's coming out for everybody. The next 3 months is all about self. And that's what we were talking about yesterday on the Astrology. If people haven't seen it, you got to go watch yesterday's Astro Monday.
Okay.
It's like the next 3 months is going to be the greatest rise in personal health in the history of mankind.
Okay. You mean in terms of awakening, awareness, or physical?
Yeah. Because it starts off internal. There's 3 months internal, and then there's 3 months with everything around you, your life, your people, your situation, your work. And then there's 3 months after that, which is all about the globe. And this is that what he was talking about. It's this transit comes around every 9 years, and it goes for these 9 months. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. And it starts off with personal, because my outside world is just a reflection of my inside world. So if I'm angry inside, like if I'm angry inside, like when we're in Lions Bay, Canada, we have the most beautiful view on the planet. I swear to God. I might be a little biased, but there are times over the last couple of years when we were going through our journey where I went months without seeing the beauty. And because I was going through so much personal turmoil, just shedding inside.
Yeah. So we see what we want to see.
Yes. Yeah. And again, and then that's affected by 3 things. Our biome, that's our gut. Our virome, the viruses that live there, and our parasites, which interact with those. And the 3 of those create, like we're only 10% human cells, and we're 90% bacterial and viral cells. So, and parasitic. So basically, a human being is just a management system on top of a bunch of bugs.
Oh my God. I have 53 years of bacteria and parasite, basically.
Yeah. It'll come out fast, though.
And all the trauma and all the memories and,
Yeah, but you got your slate cleaned December 20th last year on my birthday. That was the cleaning of the slate. That was a 3,264 year cycle, and everything just flatlined and went away. So basically what's happening right now is we're feeling all of that, like all of our karma was settled, but now we still have to work it out of our tissue, because it was part of our tissue. So that's why everybody's getting like sick, like viruses and whatever. It's like everybody's, and they're promoting in America. They're like, everybody's got AIDS now, and everybody's got herpes. And I'm like, yeah, because that was already in your DNA. It's now coming out because those deleterious or bad viruses affected the way that we saw the world. And those are all leaving. Now, you, me, other people are making a choice to do it proactively, which is a really good choice. If we don't do it proactively, then it's going to be like ripped out of us.
Yeah. Because a lot of people ask me, I don't want to sound, but, how do you look so young? And and probably because you're eating healthy, but I think health is it cannot only be food, it cannot only be meditating, it cannot only be yoga. And then I came across Human Garage, and it was like just a light bulb, like, okay, this is the missing link. This is what I've been looking for, because I've been working. I mean, I'm eating, well, not too much healthy, but I'm eating okay. I'm doing my yoga. I'm doing some breath work. But this is the missing link that I've been looking for. That releasing, the trauma release from the fascia, from the body, that I've been carrying for so many lifetimes, probably.
Yeah, and we are in this current state of awareness. We are detoxing for every other state of awareness.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
Okay,
all the other, and you know, we think of lifetimes. People have this linear thought process. Like my other lifetime was like before I was born, and like no, that's time is not linear. That's only a human construct. Even like if I asked you a question, Sophia, do you remember the first time you kissed a boy?
The first time I kissed a boy, yeah. Yes.
Okay. What was it, summer or winter?
It was summer because it was in Indonesia.
It was in Indonesia. And what month was it?
I don't remember that.
No, okay, it was summer. Okay. And how old were you?
Oh my God. Too young.
Go on.
I was 16.
Okay, so how is that too young? 16. Okay, so you're 16. How do you know you're 16?
You know, there are some memories that just don't go away.
But how do you know it's 16 in particular?
I was in that class.
Okay, so
was it
that class had a time index. So you can remember what it felt like, what the mood was, what you felt like, what your thoughts were. You can remember all of that when you think about it, because that's a visceral experience. But in order to gain time, to recognize time, you have to go back to something that's counted, because that's how your brain works. Your brain doesn't actually understand time. It understands experience, and time passes through those experiences.
So it has, the body has to go through it too.
Right. And that's what's happening right now, is your body's going through the experience. And it just happens to be that seems like there's time involved. But if you haven't, you may have noticed this recently, it seems like time is very elastic. It seems like a month goes by in a week, or a day takes like 3 weeks.
That is true. It can be very fast, can be very slow. It's like it's like in the movies, actually. I actually feel lately, the past few, like I am not really living on Earth. I'm just watching.
Right.
Like
so that experience of that is you separating yourself from your body, that moving up to your neocortex, or your ability to perceive, which is fascia. So you're moving into that fascial zone. Fascia is the crystal between my perception and my energy that surrounds me. There's an energy that's around me. Actually, to be more technical, there's an energy that has this stubby little human being that's very dense, which is us. And the fascia is the crystal, because it's silica and water. So we're a liquid crystal. And when our crystal gets dehydrated, when our crystal gets contracted because of fear or shame or guilt, then it's harder for us to have access to that field of energy around us. And what we're doing with fascial maneuvers is we're opening up the crystal.
I'm still amazed, Gary, with it's like all the synchronicities lately, and you know, finally meeting you, getting to know this, doing this every day. I'm telling my daughter to do it. She's done it yet.
What impact is it making on your daily life right now? Oh, smokes, you just cut out. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. What impact is it making on your daily life right now?
I just have more hope, I guess.
Right.
More hope, but I feel like things are moving in my room. I don't know. I'm seeing things. Okay.
No, there's a lot of energy around you, Sophia.
Yeah.
That from the very first time I talked to you, I could feel it. That's why we're talking. You have a special gift, and that gift is opening up right now. It hasn't even be. It's just at the origin stage, in my opinion.
Can we talk more about that in private?
Yeah, we will. Absolutely. Matter of fact, by the way, I think we're coming over to your side of the world in January. We got a big thing in the Philippines.
I think Indonesia really needs to have you and your co-founders here.
Let's do it. Let's. I'm willing to come with a little support. You know, like you bring an audience, and I believe that when we put people, my experience is when we put people in the same room and they do this together, it amplifies it. And we've done it with hundreds, and we're getting ready to. Well, we were going to be going to India for hundreds of thousands, but now Canadians can't get into India. So, yeah.
Well,
I guess we're just going to have to do it in Asia.
yes. I guess you just have to come to Jakarta and I introduce you to the people here who
I'm so excited about coming to Jakarta. There's some really ancient sites there. There's some stuff I want to see. There's some pyramids there. There's these stones that look like crystal there.
We have Gunung Padang, one of the oldest pyramids here.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing temples on this island. We have Bali as well. Very, very spiritual. We have a lot of portals here.
Yeah, I'm super excited about coming. Yeah, you're giving me a reason to come.
Yeah.
So I would love to work together with you to bring people together.
Yes.
And like I was saying, we're coming over that way, and we're already talking to our partners in the Philippines. So we're coming that way January-ish anyways.
It's just around the corner, and
yeah.
I'll work. And thank you so much. I know this is not a coincidence, and you need to tell me more about the gift thingy, because I feel like
no coincidence. Today's the highest day of manifestation in 277 years.
See, Garry, I've been working in this business for 36 years, yet I'm here and I'm still figuring out what my purpose is.
That was all just training ground. I knew my purpose finally in 2018, but it took me 4 years to accept it. I wasn't even ready to be the face of this movement for a long time because I didn't want to screw it up. I didn't trust myself. And I've gone through the last 4 years of just cleansing myself and working through everything, all the uncomfortable moments, and filleting myself out publicly to everybody, because this movement, the only way it could ever be stopped would be attacking me. And if I have nothing left to attack, then nobody can stop it. Right now, we're about 20 million people around the world.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
For my
so let's talk offline.
Yeah, for my followers, you have to follow Human Garage. You have to try starting. You recommend the 15 minutes?
Yeah, just do the 15. Go to our website, try the lower reset, the upper reset, or the 15-minute reset. 15-minute resets are a good place to start.
Okay.
Just take one of those things and do it every day for like a week, and just see what it changes in your life. Just give it a week. Give yourself and your bodies a week. That's what I ask people to do.
The organ reset 15 minutes before going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll contact you offline. Let's have another meeting and we'll talk. And let's prepare something for Indonesia.
We would love to have you here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, by the way, that's my favorite part of the world.
It's such a gift to have you and everybody here from Human Garage. We can't wait.
Thank you so much for coming on live today.
For inviting me on your amazing, amazing life. I'm honored. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow, that was super cool. Thanks. Yeah, that was a great conversation. I love to have conversations like that. Yeah, that was super powerful. Now we're going to get to CO Tuesdays. Where is Where is Ryan? Ryan. Let's get Ryan here. The Gravity Collective. And we're going to be doing some breath work here. Looking forward to it. Gravity. I have to learn how to spell apparently, or type, one of those two. Yeah, that was super, super powerful, Sophia. Thank you so much for joining. And we are looking forward to coming over to that part of the world. Ryan!
What's up, Garry?
Tuesdays. I can't tell you how much I missed last
I know.
week.
Me too, actually. I was sad to miss it. It's been a fun one to do every week.
So is that a sauna behind you?
It is.
Hey, that looks like the one we have in Lions Bay. Looks a little bigger though.
It's like a two-person type.
Yeah,
two-person,
no, it's the same size.
Yeah.
We get the same one in Lions Bay. Yeah, exact same one.
I love it. It's my daily, my morning, every morning.
Yeah, you know what I noticed is I noticed that I have the lights on with the different colors. I notice I can feel it in different parts of my body.
Mm-hmm. I have that attachment, but it doesn't work. So it's so I don't get to use that. I've never experienced it. That sounds cool.
So what are we doing today?
Today I wanted to go a little different. I mean, not really, but I want to go through the practice, and then I'd love to get some more shares. Some, like, if anybody, like, experiences people have from it, or
yeah,
questions.
let's do that. Let's do that. If somebody has a fantastic experience after we go through the practice today, let us know at the end, and then we'll bring you up specifically in the comments.
Or a shitty one. Yeah, or a shitty experience, you know?
Or a shitty experience, yeah.
Bring it out. Let's talk about it. But yeah, that would be cool. So today is just going to be kind of some CO2 exposure, like we normally do. But at the end,
laying.
We're gonna be seated.
Okay, seated. I'll get. Can you grab me a chair?
Chair.
Yeah, one of those. That chair over there.
And then,
okay.
And then I want to finish with a little bit of light breath. I've been working on a maneuver. I'm going to try to demo it. We'll see how well that goes, if anybody can see it. But it's kind of like Totally Twisted combined with alligator breath. If you or anyone knows what that is, so
I'm not sure what alligator breath, but I have crocodile tears.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You got that. And you got the Totally Twisted, so we're good.
Yeah, I got crocodile tears. It's cortisol tears. Tears release cortisol.
Tears release cortisol.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they do.
Huh.
Yeah. That's why they call them crocodile tears.
Gotcha.
Okay. Got my chair.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. As always, I want to do a little bit of mobilization of the breath, the area of the breath that we have, so we can kind of get a little bit more access to that. So what we're going to do for today is just a little bit of air packing and these rotations. When I rotate, I want to think of like pushing the scap, pushing the arm, and then pulling this arm and pulling the scap. So we're kind of in this like big rotation like that. Okay. So here, and we switch. So yeah, to the side, think laterally, just kind of creating rotation. Yep. That's it. So we're going to do a breath in, air pack.
Do I
hold the breath?
do it in my hands? Is it fist? Is it hand? Is it?
I like to push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push. Okay, good.
Yep. So we'll go, let's air pack first, and then we'll go through the movement until we get a little bit of air hunger, and then you're going to release. When you exhale, you're going to use the breath on the exhale to bring out the lungs more. So it's inhale. Cool.
Okay.
First we air pack, we hold, and then we go through
inhale
movement, all right?
through nose,
Yep.
right?
Inhale through nose, yep. And then we'll sip through the mouth.
And right hand
So,
first or left hand first?
Let's go left hand first.
Which is yours? Which is your right?
Which is my right.
Okay.
So you're opposite, right?
Yeah.
Oh, same. Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're both mirrored. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Deep breath into the nose. Pull a little bit more. Sip some. Hold. And as much as you can go with holding the breath, you're just going to kind of create space. Trying to push. Pulling that elbow behind the back. Pushing, releasing, pushing all through the scap. Finding different areas of tension. You can bend.
I'm still holding, right?
Yeah, you can still hold. Yep, still go. And then when you're ready to, you'll exhale. Exhale and wring out the lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Cool. All right. Same thing, same breathing pattern and movement, but we're going to extend and flex the spine. So I like to do it with my fingers interlaced, base of the skull. Okay. Kind of like in anti-gravity, kind of pull up into it. And then we'll take our air packing breath. And then while we're holding, we're going to extend. And you're going to flex, bringing the chin to chest, bringing your elbows as low as you can get them to your thighs. Don't pull on the neck, just flex. And then we're going to extend and we'll repeat that until you need to breathe or until I call it.
Okay.
And then we'll use the breath. Okay?
Okay.
Same thing though. Interlace. All right. Deep breath into the nose. Sip. Fill it up. Hold and go. See if you can get two more, and then we'll exhale on the way down. Last one. Exhale, release, flex a little bit further. Inhale all the way up. Through the lungs. Exhale. One more. All the way up. And release, relax.
Yeah, I could feel it pushing around the diaphragm, especially above the diaphragm this time.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what we're just trying to get that a little bit more capacity, because sometimes we come into a breath practice and we've been sitting all day or just like in a position where we need a little bit more capacity from the lungs. So it's good to just start with something simple like that. Or some of the maneuvers are really good too. So we've done those before. Cool. So today is going to be kind of a timed breath hold. We're going to be kind of doing is just we're going to keep it kind of light because the main thing I want to get into is that totally twisted alligator breath at the end.
Okay.
So this is just a little bit of exposure. It's going to be an inhale retention, so we're going to just be full inhale, hold, and I'll kind of guide you through each step. So
Okay.
All right. So let's just start. Let's start with the eyes closed. And then what I want you to do is I want you to start to calm yourself with nasal breathing. So just try to release an exhale that is about 8 seconds long. And I'm not going to count it. I just want you to kind of feel what 8 seconds would feel like. And then when you inhale, it's going to be a little quicker. It's going to be like 2 seconds. So it's 1, 2 inhale, but full. So it's kind of quick. And then out the nose, slow. And then in 1, 2, and out slow. I want you to repeat that. I want you to feel the body start to relax, releasing tension so that we can get more access from the diaphragm, so that the heart rate slows, so that we can hold for longer. Every exhale, you're deepening your relaxation. You go further into the relaxation. Relax the jaw, the shoulders. Just keep this rhythm going. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds here. We're going to get into our first inhale retention. We're going to hold our breath on the inhale. It's going to be the lightest one. Long, let's lengthen that exhale even more. Slow it down. Just turn the faucet on, barely. It's just slowly releasing. Longer exhale. Try to get even longer. We're going to do one more big breath. All the way up, fully out. Push everything out. Keep going. All the air. And then when you come in, we're going to go 100% inhale all the way up and hold. And hold the breath. Now, I want you to just pay attention to where there is some resistance in your thorax, and maybe it's in your neck, your shoulders, your ribs. Just stay here with it. For some people, this might be a tough hold, but this is our lightest one so far. And now release through the mouth, open the jaw,
I almost passed out, dude. I got a whole DMT release there. I could barely stand up.
Oh, yes.
That was
We missed a week.
good.
We can't miss a week again.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm like, oh shit! I hope I don't fall.
Here we go. Yeah, just sit back, man. We're just starting. I don't want to Lizzie yet.
That was good. Let's do it again.
We're doing it again. We're going again. You're like, more this time.
More.
Okay. All right. Bring it back in. Now we're gonna go in the nose, out the mouth. Same rhythm. Okay. So nice, quick. Relax the jaw. Relax the lips. Let the air come out. Make it audible. Now close the eyes. Look inward. Identify the tension. Keep going. We're going to go for a little longer here. And when I say identify the tension, it can be physical, but also look at what you have going on emotionally, mentally, and see what tension is arising, so that when we hold this breath, I want you to bring that tension right to the front. So it makes the breath hold harder, but it makes the resilience that we get from it increase as well. So think about that right now, whatever it is. Could be a stress, emotional, could be work, could be physical stress, could be an injury. And I want you to bring that to the forefront of the mind. And I want you to feel the difference on this hold. In 3, 2, and then breath all the way into the top, as much air as you can fill. Get all of it in there, all the way 100%, and hold. Now, eyes closed. Either feel into that physical sensation, that discomfort, that stress. It could be grief. I want you to feel into it. Keep it on the forefront here. If you need to release, I want you to focus your release. I want you to focus your release as also releasing the hold that tension has on you. I want you to feel it actually relax and release its grip on you when you exhale. If you're still with me, if you can hold through, we're going to go a little bit further on this one. But I want you to feel what it's like to focus your attention on the tension and how much harder your breath hold may become. And then how much release you get when you exhale that tension. 10 seconds. 3, 2, release fully.
Wow.
What are you feeling?
So for me, it's a Taurus day. I can feel my heart really active. It's what I want, what I don't want. So I can feel it all in my heart. And then as I was holding it, letting it go, I could feel it dropping from my heart into my solar plexus.
That's great, man. So that's what we're looking for, you know, like that attention to what you may or may not want. Most of this kind of practice is what you don't want,
Right.
and just kind of more of a realization that you can control a little bit more of the outcomes on those things than we think. So let's do one more round on that. Okay. So now mouth only in the beginning, and this is our longest hold. We're going to go 2 seconds in, and then full 100% exhale. Big pull. Make some audible noises if you want, especially if you're watching this at home and you're by yourself. Make as much audible exhale. Sometimes I'll even buzz my lips. Buzzing the lips is nice too. It's that vagus nerve. It's one of the branches of it, so it's really calming and nice. Feel the vibration from deep, and each round move that vibration of those audible sounds up a little bit higher into the brain. So play with pitch a little bit. Move that vibration up and down through the body. 2 more of these. You can get a little louder if you want. Buzz it up into the back of the head, into the mind. 1 more in. Right here in the forefront of the mind, right between the mind's eye and the eyebrow, right here. And then breathe it in and hold. Deep breath in all the way up. Tap into it again. Tap into those vibrations. And tap into that original tension. And I want you to globally try to assess and sense feeling. Totally from outside the body. Almost feel like you're stepped back and you're observing yourself feel. You're observing yourself hold this breath. All the tension you get from the breath hold or from the thought, the vibrations. I want you to sense it all from afar. See if you can do that. Stay with this one. A little longer on this hold. Ten seconds. Big breath out. Push it all out. Hold briefly right here. Just hold on this one. Baby sip of air in. Hold. Baby sip of air in. Hold. 2 more. Last one. Come back to center there. Feeling all right there, Gary?
Yeah, actually, I was going out again.
You going down?
It's going down.
Going out.
It
Okay.
saw me kind of going forward. It was like I'm pretty good at holding myself during a psychedelic experience.
Yeah.
but I almost went out there a couple times.
All right. Well, good thing we were doing it seated.
Trust me, I've done it from I've done it from standing all the way to the ground. Well, I just realized I had a incident just like Jason. Mine was in 2004. I went down.
Oh, you did? You blacked out? What were you doing? Breathwork?
Well, it was a near-death experience. I know now, but at the time, I just thought I had a few too many drinks or something. But looking back at it, I didn't really have much. But at
That's pretty
the
wild.
time, I needed to explain it to my brain. So.
So I want to do the next part, which is the more like a really calming breath practice. Alligator breath in general, if you've ever heard of it, it's a pretty common breath practice. And what it does is it kind of restricts our chest a little bit from breathing into the diaphragm. And I've kind of just done this like I've naturally kind of went into like a inverted fascia, totally twisted fascia maneuver, and it just felt good. So it's not really like classic either one of them. It's kind of just like what I'm kind of naturally doing. I'll show you what I was doing. So if I can get this to a good angle, let's see, maybe it'd be better this way. So
Hands and knees?
it'll be actually on your belly. So you're here on the belly. Hopefully people can see, but I'll demo what my arms are doing afterwards. I'm gonna do leftover right, but when I say leftover right, it's actually left behind right. But it's when you're on your belly, it's left over right. That's how I do it. And then kind of the same. Then I do left under right, and then I'm just dropping to that. My elbows, my body is dropping to the left side.
Right.
It's really kind of a little little bit hard to explain, but I said this is probably going to be a little difficult. Yeah, you look pretty good. But then your head's kind of going to be looking like neutral down. So if I show you here, it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like it's totally twisted on the top.
Yeah, it's totally twisted.
Yeah, so it's totally twisted.
I've done this
and what that's doing
on the
is
ground many times.
what?
I've done this on the ground many times.
Okay, good.
After passing out.
well, let's hope you don't pass out today. We might lose you. Might lose you once, but at least to be safe on the ground.
Yeah, if I don't come back for a minute, just yell Lisa.
Yeah.
Come get me.
I'll bring some people up. We'll talk to some other people. But so that's the maneuver. And then all we're doing here is in through the nose. And what I want you to focus on while you're doing it is I want you to focus on breathing into the belly. So what this does is allows, we're really restricted in the chest. So it's really drawing it into our diaphragm. It's making it so we can understand.
Why don't we twist
a little bit better.
feet in too?
Huh?
Why don't we put one foot over for a complete?
Yep. That's how I do it. Just how you have it right there. So yeah, that's perfect. And then head just kind of chills in the other side of the direction. So now we're gonna go nose inhale, and I want you to focus on just expanding into the ground, because also at this point we're getting like a double organ massage here. So we're breathing it into the ground. The diaphragm is pushing the organs down, and then as you exhale, release with the mouth. So it's inhale full, about 5 seconds. I'll start a little count in a second. It's pause for about 2 seconds, and then it's exhale. Like let the elasticity of the muscles and the tension just fall into that exhale. So let's begin. I'll do a couple counts here. So deep inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Back out. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Out. 3, 2, 1. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Out. Let it fall out fast. And then repeat in bigger breaths. Trying to breathe deep into that, and mainly into that side you feel more pressure on. Trying to expand into the ground. We're trying to stop the breath from reaching into the chest for this practice. It's really, really relax, and when you release, let your body fall into the earth. Get that deeper massage. We're gonna go 3 more here. Last 2. And then last 1, fully exhale, push everything out. Really, really try to flex your abs up, push out, but I want you to hold. And then from that position, I want you to move the belly like you're breathing. Move that belly in and out while we're held. So you're just holding your breath, and you're moving the belly, contracting and relaxing. Keep going. 3, 2, contract more, relax more. Last 1, squeeze it hard. Deep breath in. Hold again right here in this hold. And now let's repeat that again. Drawing in with the breath held on the inhale retention. And now we're going in and out, contracting and relaxing. And then release the breath out. Let's switch sides.
This is awesome.
Yeah, you like it? Good. This is one of my favorite. Just like really, really opens it up, and also super relaxing. So now let's go again. We're going to start with that breath pattern for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Release it out. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Release. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Release. Keep that pattern going. Again, Now we're kind of switch sides, so you should feel a difference in where the focus of the earth, the gravity is on the diaphragm, on the belly, on the organs. Feel that massage, feel that release every time you breathe. And try to sink deeper into that exhale every time too. And now every inhale, try to push further into the earth. Try to push your body away from the earth with your breath. And release further into it. Fall into that exhale. All we're doing is we're building tension and all those respiratory muscles, everything is just kind of going to its maximum pressure, and then you're just allowing the elasticity of the muscles and the fascia to release and bring it back to neutral. Let's go 2 more breaths. We build the tension, we pause, we sit with the tension, and then we just let it release, let the body do what it does. Last breath. All the way in, and then release it. When you exhale, you're gonna hold, exhale everything. I'll really push all the air out, get it all out, and then hold. And now expand and contract like you're breathing. The belly in's going in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now inhale, repeat again, full inhale all the way up. And repeat those contractions much as you can go. Try to draw the belly as tight as you can. Pull the pelvic floor up as you draw in. Everything is kind of like drawing towards the center. And when you release, let it all go out. And pull it back in tighter, pull it up. 2 more. Last one. And come back to normal breathing, unravel yourself, maybe come up and move a little bit. Did we lose Gary? No, he's there. Let's make sure.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, it's good. Good to know.
Breathing in Pitbull and Great Dane, though.
Oh, is that what you smell down there?
Yeah.
Nice. That's like my house. I got a giant loaf over here. It smells too. So.
Oh, we're done?
We're done. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was saying unravel yourself, come up, move a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that was fantastic.
Ooh,
oh, my
man,
God.
How you feeling? What are you feeling?
Just give me a second
Okay.
here. Woo. Getting head rushes everywhere. I could feel my, people, they always try to get their diaphragm open, but when you push up against a pillow, lay on a pillow, it forces your rear diaphragm to open, which 99.9% of the world doesn't have a rear diaphragm function. So that's fantastic for that.
Yeah.
And the massaging of the organs. What's funny is I talk to people all the time. I ask medical professionals this all the time, just as a point of interest. It's like we have 10 organs inside. Only 3 of them are muscles: the heart, stomach, and the bladder. How do the rest of them work?
Yeah. You mean like what? Yeah.
It's movement.
Yeah.
It's air. So if that
Exactly,
diaphragm ain't working, if that pump ain't working,
Exactly.
it's not going to work. So this practice is prolific for getting function. People are like trying to detox their liver and their pancreas and their small intestines, and this is the best way to do it right there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's like when we look at like limited people that are limited movement or desk bound, the amount of like closure we get in the organs and how many issues we have with that, and digestive issues and toxicity and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel really good. You want to bring up some people?
Let's do it.
Hey, anybody has a question about breath? Put it in the comments now, so I know that this is about this part of it. Because people ask all kinds of crazy questions. So
yeah,
thanks for the excellent, freeing educational information. Yes. I really feel better in my liver. Want to move. So if you have a question for us, if you want to talk, share your experience also. You don't have to have a question. Well, I'm grateful for you both for being amazing. Thank you. My jaw's relaxed too.
Beautiful.
Prostate exercise. Yeah, well, that'll work for prostate too. Yeah, absolutely. Just help my solar plexus. That's awesome. Can't stop sneezing.
Sorry, I'm getting the charger
Ryan,
going here.
if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This should be funny. Oh, I can't add you, Ruby Jean. Ruby Jean, try to request live. I want to do a Gemini sync.
Okay. That's
Ruby Jean. I might be pregnant. Can I still practice this? Do you want me to answer that, or?
I want to answer you. You want to answer that?
Guys, yes. You want movement in pregnancy.
Yeah.
This whole thing about stopping movement, that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
People that, if you go to our YouTube, you'll see Happy Baby, Happy Body, Happy Body, Happy Baby, version 1, 2, and I think 3. And you'll see that women are doing, mothers are doing from conception all the way through labor, fascial maneuvers. So anything breathing related like this.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff with that. Like, don't bend over when you're, it's like, how are you supposed to pick up your child,
Yeah. I don't know why, Ruby Jean, it's not letting me bring you up. Oh, there. Okay, hold on. Let me try it over here. Maybe because you requested. Yeah, I feel really good. I mean, I feel super good.
Beautiful, man. I love that practice. That's such a good one.
Gemini.
Hello.
Ryan, how are you doing? Gary, I can't see you, but I know you're behind that black screen.
Oh, can you see Ryan though?
I can see Ryan. They show guests, they don't show you. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Huh.
But Ryan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Sorry about the fan. So last night I was utilizing your breath work. I was kind of going into a panic state of bringing up old thought patterns of cheating. My husband has not cheated, but I've had exes that has, so I've just, that whole narrative, okay? I was getting sweaty, the tight chest, going into it. I was in the bath. I really started in there. So I noticed that I was holding my breath. That's how when I get clammed up, I hold my breath.
It's common. That's super common.
Okay. So I was just releasing it, and I just did the basic, I just did the 30 seconds, hold it in, 60 seconds. That's pretty much how much I could actually do that, and then I broke down, but I breathed again. And then a little time later, I'm on the couch. Yes, I slept on the couch. I like that space. Sometimes I feel like we need space as Aquarius, very big on space. So I breathed in and out. I have a really big breath. Do you have, when I'm in a panic state of holding, what for a holder of breath, what would be the best sequence to practice on?
Well, so many. So,
I know.
So there's an interesting paradigm of kind of how like holding your breath, like as like a subconscious nervous system reaction that we do from stress and that kind of stuff, and then intentionally doing it. So that there are the reactions that the body has and the adaptations that it has are so much more different. But when you find yourself holding, you need to find a way to get back to a normal breath. So the best breath that I would say you go back to is your ideal breath, which is about 5 to 8 breaths a minute. So just going right back to that, and that kind of breathing pattern is going to be what kind of resyncs you and puts you back into that, like regulates you back. I wouldn't go directly into holds or anything like that at that moment, and you might not need those right now.
Holding it, I'm finding it's for some reason it's I'm just holding that breath, and I'm noticing that it's like 30 seconds. I'm holding the breath. And it's not my practice. It's not a practice.
Yeah.
It's just when I'm in stress.
Yeah.
I'm in that fight. I'm frozen.
What are you doing?
Basically frozen.
Because what are you doing when that happens? So we call it email apnea is one way to do it. A lot of people that are working at the computers just realize, oh shit, I've been holding my breath for like a minute. You know, they just type in and do it. Well, what are you doing when your breath holds? When you realize
When
you're
I
holding your breath?
freeze, so it's really hard. I will stay there until I just have to force myself to go up, and then I do liver release. I do my liver, and I do this, and then I do my psoas
You're
because
doing
it's in my
your
gut.
breath work too. So switch to nasal breathing, get in those breaths. I mean, that's the quickest way.
It's a nasal.
Is once you start to practice awareness of your breath, that's the main thing. People are like, how do I start breath work? I'm like, you just put a timer on your phone for
Yeah,
every hour to just pay attention to your breath for 2 seconds.
totally,
You know, that's the
totally.
best way to start. But when you do have those breath holds like that, that's when you want to get yourself regulated back down, and that's the best way to do it. Is yeah. Yep.
That's perfect. And then the laying down one was amazing. I really, really, really liked that one. The pushing out was fantastic. So thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you, Gary, for your
Good meeting you.
time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
See you. Thank you.
Yeah, it was amazing. And when somebody gets into that, that's a good point. When they're in the freeze, fight, flight, and freeze, that's what it is. Actually, when they're on the computer, that computer apnea, that's actually a freeze state. That means it's a trauma state. They're exhibiting some sort of release of trauma. And what I would say to Ruby Jean is that you're actually releasing the trauma that's already there because you're actively doing the breath work. So that those fears, those thoughts are trauma that's stored in your tissue. You're activating it with your breath and it's coming out. And you can identify with it and say, oh my God, why am I having these things? Or, oh, thank you for coming up. Now I get to pass you away. And how I treat it perceptually is what happens with the trauma.
Yeah. That like I do other when that kind of stuff happens is when you can identify and then you can release, like you actually are like rubbing, you know, these kind of things, or shaking. Those are good ways to kind of get that off too, you know. So when you notice that you're holding your breath, you can use those tactics, which are just innate tactics to regulate.
Yeah, for sure. So and now the other part too is that when they're in that fight or flight stage, they have an accelerated level of adrenaline, norepinephrine, and cortisol. Oh, hi, Petra.
Hi, Gary. How are you doing?
Hello.
Good. You want to talk about your experience?
Ryan, how are
Hey.
you?
Great. How are you?
Good, good. I'm in the backyard. I just did your breath work. I'm on day 22 of the 28-day reset. So feeling really, really good and really enjoyed that breath work. Yeah, I felt it really very strong on the right side back of my heart area. And then a real pounding in the front of the heart. So yeah, that was really, really awesome. But
so the back right of your heart, Petra, the right side is your intake valve, and that's opening up to receive. The front is your giving. The left side is your giving.
Okay.
So that's a receiving. And you know what's interesting today, Petra? Again, what's your astrology? When's your birthday?
November 24th, 1959.
Oh, that's right. So do you know your degree?
I think it's
29 degree or 28?
I think it's 1.
Oh, you're 1 degree. Okay, so you're November.
No.
Are you 1 degree Sag?
My ascending is 1. I can't quite remember.
Yeah. Okay, so you send me your chart. I want to know. Like, I see you all the time.
I know.
So, yeah. So today's a Taurus day, which is opening up our heart, and it's sorting out what we want or what we don't want. And we're having the argument between who we used to be and who we are, and we're in this fuzzy area in between. Is that kind of what it felt like to you?
100%. Yep. Absolutely. I'm really kind of struggling with where I am and where I'm going, and my husband is an Aquarius. He, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can't get any emotions out of him.
No, he's the 27th of January, and we're doing the 28-day reset together.
Wow, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
so when you're in that state, right? When she's in that state, what kind of breath practice can she do throughout the day that's really quick and easy to bring her back?
Um, hmm. So there's I would say like a humming type of technique, or the burring of the lips, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I really love that. I know obviously it's like if you're at work or something, you can't really be,
What does that
make
what does that look like so I can do it?
so like if you would do like any singers or anything like that, they'll be like, I can't really do it that well, but yeah,
Kind of like
yep, like that.
that.
Hey, try that,
Yeah,
Petra.
like that, and play with
Let's
the
get you on.
notes. I mean, there's
Like just take a deep breath through the nose and then out through the mouth.
yeah. You can, if you can't do that, you can hum. Yeah, it takes a little bit of
Yeah,
practice.
did that with the kids when they were little, but now
Yeah,
the
exactly.
kids are grown.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
that's like an awesome, because we have like branches of the things there that are in the lips, and so when we activate it with not only the vocal cords but also in the lips too, we
Yep.
just get that double whammy of toning. So
What's a humming one that she can do? Because that's for the pineal it's going to
yeah,
activate, right? As well.
yeah. So I like this one. This is like my favorite version of humming. Is I start at my root, with the you can work your way through the chakras, where you're just driving attention to each point, and as you go through that, you'll just notice that you naturally change the tone, your body, your mind, as you move the vibration up into the you go up to the throat, and then you're in here. We kind of did that in this last one, but using that the vibrations, trying to direct vibration. It's pretty cool how you'll change tone to those different areas.
Okay, show us.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So just I want you to just, you're gonna take a deep breath, and then I want you can close your eyes and then drive the hum into your base, into your pelvis.
Like through the nose, in through the nose or the mouth.
Got it. And do we go chakra by chakra?
And then we'll do internal organs on the next one, or or the ribs, that area.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then you work yourself up into the heart, throat, and then like the front of the forehead. Yeah.
Do you start?
Petra, thank you so much for your question, and looking forward to seeing you and your husband go for the 28 day with each other. Yeah, there's gonna be some fun times there for sure with an Aquarius.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's fun, but he loves the maneuvers and he loves everything, and he's journaling on his own and his phone. And
yeah, Aquarius is a very cerebral. Like they'll write a lot, they'll communicate a lot, stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Yep, and I just do it online. So I'm trying to be out there and be vulnerable, So
appreciate you for doing that, Petra.
yeah, okay.
Thanks, Petra. Good meeting
I'll send you
all the time.
When I send you my chart, do I just send it to
Yes.
you?
Send it. Send it to me, and just say Garry asked to see this from the live.
Okay. So DM you, like Garry?
Oh no, just go through your human garage. They'll get it to me.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thanks, Garry. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
It was awesome. Okay.
That was interesting. Yeah. So the idea is just with your intention to direct the humming or the breath to that particular area, and then just move it up to 7 chakras, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. It's I love that to regulate, but to also, like, sometimes you can spend a little bit extra time on different areas when you feel that tension arise.
I also do a practice where I breathe in, and then I see the color of the chakra, and then I feel the area. So I bring the breath to my root, I bring the breath to my sacrum, I bring the breath to my solar plexus, I bring it to my heart, so forth. And then of course I've got from Essential Oil Wizardry, I have all the chakra oils. So I take and I can feel it, like everything just goes there. I do that every morning. I do that every morning before the live, so that I'm in tune.
I love that. Yeah. Essential oils are there's a couple blends that I'll use for just breath to get a little bit more open. It's such a nice way
We
to
have
start.
Essential Oil Wizardry has one. Well, I use peppermint. That
Pep-
works really good. But they have
That's great.
one called Respire,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a whole bunch of ingredients, including peppermint, but including eucalyptus and stuff like that. You put it on, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, let's go one more person. Let's bring up another Gemini.
Steward, Gemini.
Gemini for a Grandmaster Gemini. And she's
I
a body.
got a question here. Does Garry seem irritated?
I know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know.
Hi, Jude.
Maybe I'm not seeing it.
Grandmaster Gemini, meet Grandmaster Gemini.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
I bet your Chiron is not 29 degrees.
No. He's what you call a natural Grandmaster, which means that he kind of got life in this happy-go-lucky kind of I'm going to do life. Where Jude, you're like, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to kill somebody.
They call me the Hungarian hurricane, so there you go. All right, so my question is that, so I'm struggling with the long exhales, and I know that it's trauma fixated because most of my very highly stressed modes always goes into freeze mode. So I'm like, I get the breath in, and I get stuck, and then I don't go anywhere from there. And there were instances in my life where I blacked out from that state.
Mm-hmm.
And so now if I try to do a breath work and I try to exhale, on exhalation, I always struggle. I feel like it gets stuck somewhere in the upper chest, and the rest, it's kind of like I'm trying to go through the motion, but it's not happening.
Yeah. So have you done longer breath sessions? This question, like
Yeah.
of just more down regulated, because usually that's like a beginner part where like your nervous system isn't really allowing you to exhale where it wants to inhale. And sometimes the CO2 tolerance issue. But you say, like, how often during the day do you that kind of breath or make the noise?
Well, I'm not really noticing during the day, or at least I didn't bring my awareness to that, but I am noticing when we are doing breath work now, and as you were guiding. And I know that some very dramatic or traumatic events happened in my life where my nervous system couldn't see an escape out of that, and it literally shut me down. And it was the most intelligent response from my body to shut me down, because that's what actually offered me an escape.
Yep.
It's kind of like the dead animal thing.
Yep.
But but now my body is holding it. So if I consciously bring myself into breath work, because I went to Thailand for a long time period of breathwork workshops, and actually it happened there that I could condition myself to go into longer exhales, but I had to practice it day by day. And typically from there I go into this out of my body state where I go really and change the identity, and just weird phenomena is happening. So now when I'm just doing a light breath work, I feel like my consciousness is trying to either hold me in my body with a short exhale, or if I go for a long exhale, somehow I manage to get into that state, and I feel like potentially I could pop out of my body. And so that's sometimes scary too.
Yeah, for sure. It does sound like that kind of response. Definitely is nervous system driven if it's an exhale difficulty. But I think, I don't know, when you're in Thailand doing breathwork, if you were doing more hyperventilation style of techniques, I don't know if those would be really good for what you have going on. They can be. I think first getting a regulation of your breath might be what I would say. Like, you may have a pretty low tolerance to CO2 too. It'd be worth like running through a test to see where you are with that. And if that
How do I do that? What is it?
There's a couple of techniques we've done on these videos, but like you could start with just an exhale retention and see how long you can hold, We can do it right now if you want. We'll do like a quick one if you get a minute. Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I just do 2 breaths is the easiest way. Inhale, exhale, exhale, and we're gonna hold. And I'm gonna see how long you can do it for, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
passing out.
Don't pass out. That
I'm
is
sitting.
you lose a
Sitting
point if
down.
you pass out. So, okay. Okay, ready? We're going to go deep breath into the nose. Exhale. Big breath into the nose. Exhale, release it, just relax to passive, and then hold right here. Now just see what you feel. And when I say hold, I mean the first urge to breathe. Like right when you feel like, oh, I want to breathe, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, then just let me know and I'll take your time.
I tapped out.
Tapped out. Okay. 41.
I think she's a superstar.
Yeah, you're doing all right. I'll stop you there. So that's 53 seconds we got to. And I when you're over 45 seconds, you're doing pretty good. And I wouldn't consider that an intolerance to see
Okay.
it.
Well, if you told me that, I would have stayed 4 more seconds.
I don't want you to know.
Hey, Jude, you're 29 in your sun sign and 29 in your Chiron. So basically, you're afraid of yourself. That's what's happening. When you leave your body, you want to be afraid of yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds
So
like I feel like, yeah, we just need to work on some regulation there.
I don't feel like I can't hold my breath. I feel like something shuts down in my chest or my solar plexus, and it's not allowing the muscle to allow that expansion. So I try to just pace my out breath, and that kind of helps. But I can do it for only 2 times, and then after that, it feels like shuts down the chest or the solar plexus, and the chest rib cage is not moving. And so I was just wondering if you have any suggestion of how to regulate that consciously.
I would say one thing is we look at like also your capacity of your lungs. So maybe getting daily practice is where it's going to be at least 10 minutes a day, where it's not hyperventilation. It's maybe a couple holds, but mostly just like we are working on just focused on the exhale to your maximum every breath. Every breath is your own maximum. So you're kind of retraining the nervous system to be able to allow it. I mean, you could do 10 minutes of just slow conscious breathing, and where you're just focused on the exhale. Because if you look at any practice, yogic practice, any kind of like more ancient practice, when we talk about breath patterns, the exhale is the first breath. So that's the first start. So if you start focusing on, like when you're like, all right, I'm going to start, exhale. And then you begin. That's how you begin, is through your exhale. So I would try nasal exhales, mouth exhales, and just try to really just dial those in. And I know that'll help, but it's got to be daily.
That's a super interesting point. The exhale, the breath starts at the exhale. Whoa, that's actually a mind trip. I never thought of that. That's a good one.
It's one of those saying for refrigerator magnets.
You got to get yourself a shirt that says Hungarian Hurricane.
I might, and I'm bringing with me to Costa Rica.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Amazing.
Okay, Ryan. People can follow you at the Gravity Collective, and you do individual sessions, and you have breathwork coaching sessions and online sessions that people can sign up for as well.
We got all of it. We got individual mentorship, retreats, all the good stuff, and then
we have a 4-part series.
Yeah,
right? 4-part series.
4-part series coming up. That's this month, so it'll be we're still nailing it down, but I believe it's gonna be Thursdays at 7 p.m. And I think the start date's I don't know.
Yeah.
18th.
We'll
get it out there.
It'll be up on the events section, but people can go and start that right away.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be an awesome one. So you could do one, you could do all 4. We recommend all 4 just if you can, because you learn a lot and they kind of all build on each other.
They all build on each other. Yeah. If you're going to do one, you might as well do all 4. But if you can only do one, just do it. Yeah. It's still worth it. Each one's individually contained.
Yep.
But all 4 of them are the series, right? So.
Yeah, it's a 4-part. But yeah, like you said, come to one and get a lot from it. So
Okay, awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much. I can't wait till next week, and
yes.
don't miss a week again.
Oh wait, actually, next week I'll be in Spain.
Oh,
We're missing it again. I don't know what we're gonna do. You're gonna pass out on the next one.
okay, okay. So that's a week after then. Okay.
Yeah, I
Have
think
a good
so.
trip to Spain.
Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Have a
talk
great
to you
day.
soon.
See you,
Thanks,
everybody. Thank you.
Ryan. CO Tuesdays, and that was fantastic. I actually love that. I look forward to it because, you know, I do a lot of breath work with fascial maneuvers and working with people, and as a team, I think we take more intentional breaths than anybody else I've ever met anywhere. And because we're always syncing up all the time, and intentional breaths are very, very important. We know we're born to breathe. Breathing is a part of our life. Breathing is our energy. That's where all of our energy and power comes from. None of the bones in the body touch except for the teeth, the rib cage, and the ears. And when bones are piezoelectric, so that when they touch, they create spark. So that's why it's like spark. That is the power in your body. Food is not the fuel. Food is a way of regulating the fuel or down regulating it if you use it bad. Okay. And we have another guest coming up today here pretty quick. We have Biooptimizers, Wade Lightheart coming back. I've had such a good conversation. If you want to learn more about the breathwork sessions, or you want to learn more about nutrition, supplementation, if you want to learn more about your microbiome and stuff like that, Wade Lightheart, if you go to our website, you can actually see it. It's on our website under podcast, our lives, and you can actually go week by week. We're taking new topics down, and we're explaining how the body works in a different way. Super powerful. I mean, super powerful. So let's see here where Wade is. Gonna do it. What a day today, man. What a day. Thank you, Sophia, again for coming on. That was such a great conversation. I don't get to have that with people very often. I love your consciousness. I love where you're at in your life, and I love sharing that with other people. It takes a conversation, though. It's kind of weird when you're talking yourself, but when you have somebody else to talk to and to riff off of and go, it really, really, really makes a difference. So thank you again, Sophia, for joining us. Okay, we're waiting for Wade Lightheart from Biooptimizers. There we are, coming at you. And I think we're going to be talking about their new book. Trying to get you out here, Wade. I see you requesting, Wade, can you put a comment in the comment section? Sometimes if it doesn't come up right away, a comment in the comment section will pull it up easier. Oh, unable to join. Yeah, put a comment in there. Okay, just put a comment down there, Wade. Just say hello, and then I'll see it. Try bringing it up from there. It could be okay. Here we go. Let's try to bring it up. Sometimes Instagram's funny. They've been updating the algorithms, updating the software too. So it's had some weird spots there. If you can't go, oh, there we go. Perfect.
There we go. Garry, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing fabulous. Happy to reconnect again.
Yeah. Wade, it's been a pretty powerful couple of weeks, and you know, lots has happened on our side. And by the way, we put all of our talks. They're going up on our new website, and that's part of our education program. So when people come through, it's in our 28-day reset and stuff like that, because the content has just been fantastic. I mean, this is stuff that no one in the world's talking about, which I love having these conversations.
Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
So I want to talk about the book.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the key principles and the components of the book. And this, I guess, goes back to belief systems. One thing we had this conversation before, but oh, there it is. The end of Diet Wars.
Exactly. So essentially, I'll jump right into it. There's everybody that's been in the dietary industry.
Oh, hold on one second. For whatever reason, you're getting really, really drowned out sound. could
I'm not
be,
sure what that is.
it could be the headset.
Let's see if I can drop it and see
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, see, drop it and see if it goes.
How's that?
Oh yeah, 100%
Okay.
better. I get that sometimes. I don't know why it does that sometimes on headsets.
Yeah, so anyone that's been in the dietary industry for any length of time ends up confused. And here's the data. 97% of people who begin a diet will end up gaining the weight back that they started with within 3 years.
Right.
Okay, so the other thing is every diet works for a while.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't.
Right.
And so what happens is you see, I've been in this industry, Matt and I collectively over 60 years. So what happens is you see these rising and falling trends. There's the keto trend, there's the raw food trend, there's the plant-based trend, there's the paleo trend, there's carnivore and breatharian and frugivores and, like the watermelon diet. And so you have all of these short-term strategies which will produce a limited amount of results, but all end up failing over time. And the reason that they fail is because the diet isn't developed for that individual, where they are in their life, their goal, their genetics, and what they can sustain over a lifetime. So what we did is we created this. We want to end the diet wars. This is called the Ultimate Nutrition Bible.
Is it actually a real fork and a knife and a spoon?
Yeah, that's kind of on our affiliate stuff. We have engraved fork, knife, and spoon engraved at end of diet wars. So this book, you can see it's a big book. Now, don't let someone's looking like, oh my God, that's a textbook. Yeah, it is. But here's the good news. There's a bunch of books all written in one. It's a choose your own adventure. Okay, so if you're living in the world today, or in your family, that your husband or wife likes this style of food. Your kid doesn't like this one. The other kid loves that stuff. So you've got all this conflicting information. And how do I sort out what's the right diet? One kid's an endurance athlete. Another one has trouble focusing. Your partner likes barbecue steaks and you like salad. Well, why is that? Well, there are key indicators that are showing that people are selecting diets that are right for them, but they don't know how to optimize them. They also get involved in diets that destroy their metabolism. And, we've seen that so much in the bodybuilding world where we came from. Like, every bodybuilder, the worst bodybuilder ever gets in tremendous shape.
Yes, absolutely.
Compared to the general public. You walk on stage and everybody says you're fat and you're like single-digit body fats. It's like a very critical audience. But if you see these people who, especially young girls that get involved in dieting at a suboptimal age, they start having weight gaining issues afterwards because they blow out their metabolisms. And most dieters blow out their metabolism. So what we are sharing with people using the latest science, as well as the psychological and emotional decision trees. So we have a pyramid of nutritional decisions. It starts off with your spiritual and cultural beliefs. That has to be programmed. So I have friends who are Hindus and they won't eat meat for any reason. So even if it was genetically good for them or easy for them or would help their dieting process work better so they can maintain a healthy weight, they can't do it because of their religion. I got other friends who are Islamic and they have Ramadan for 40 days, for 40 nights. And they go through this. These are very culturally important aspects, or food and social gatherings are very important. So you have to factor that into your program. Then you got to look at psychological and emotional. So my psychological and emotional needs are very different than my business partner, Matt's. I'm one of these guys that I can lock something in and I just don't like to have any variance for a long period of time because it's easier for me to be successful. As soon as I go off, he has to give himself little diet breaks because he finds it too restrictive. He needs novelty. He needs to try different foods, these type of things. And then you're looking at, well, what's your goal? Well, if you're a 90-year-old woman who wants to live another 10 years, relatively robust, that's very different than a 15-year-old athlete who wants to gain weight, or a 35-year-old mother who has 3 kids and is trying to run her life, or an executive that's in his 50s and he's starting to lose his cognitive power. Okay, so all of these people are in a different stage in their life and have a different goal. So how do you adapt a dietary strategy for that? And then finally, we look at your individual genetics. You have both things that are really optimal, in other words, gene traits that when expressed are very good for your health and vitality. And you have gene traits that are suboptimal, if expressed, can lead to disease and dysfunction. But genetics is just the gun. Nutrigenomics, what you eat and how you eat, is what pulls the trigger.
Right.
So for example, I have several suboptimal genes, and we explain this and how you can calibrate this for yourself. So here you go. Suboptimal genetics for me, I have two bad genes, as they would say, so suboptimal genes for cardiovascular health. I have a gene that means that my satiety factor, I'll have a tendency to overeat because my stomach doesn't send a signal to my brain to stop eating when I'm full. It's just like I'll just keep eating until I'm too full.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have a suboptimal gene for blood sugar regulation. Okay, so you take those three genes, and a fourth gene is I have a suboptimal fat metabolism. I don't digest fats easy. Okay, so if I want to manage my blood sugar, you'd say, well, can I do a ketogenic diet? No, not very good for me because I don't process the fats very well. That's going to contribute to cardiovascular health. Well, how about I want to do a bodybuilding diet, which is high protein, moderate carbohydrates, low fat. Okay, I can do that diet. But I made a decision that I'm not going to eat meat. Okay, and long term, the animal fats would probably cause a cardiovascular incident when I'm in my 70s or 80s. Okay, so I can't do that. Okay, and then if I go to a plant-based diet, well, oftentimes plant-based people run into blood sugar issues because they're eating refined carbohydrates and they're not getting enough protein, so they're not satiated. So if I'm just eating without enough protein in my vegetarian diet, well, now I'm not going to work. So with these four suboptimal characters, I said, okay, I'm going to do a plant-based diet, which is good for cardiovascular health. I'm going to supplement so that I can increase my protein content, which supports my bodybuilding goals and my blood sugar regulation. I'm going to have a giant salad every afternoon. Why? Because it's very low calories, and it satiates me so that I don't overeat. Okay, so now and I use very specific fats that work with my body, and I use lipase enzyme inside of Capex with that. So now I've crafted a diet that's unique to me, and then you can go into your gut biome, you can go into vitamin and mineral deficiencies that you might have. For example, I do really well on vitamin C. I don't need as much vitamin C as a lot of people. I have light hair. I don't need as much vitamin D as someone with darker skin. But because I'm a vegetarian, I need more B12 and B6. Right. So I have to supplement my diet with B12 and B6 because my diet doesn't optimize for that. These are the nuances that will allow people to lock something in and not worry about their diet ever again. And so the people who are successful, the 3% who are successful, have transcended dietary dogma, and they found what's right for him. But unfortunately, most of those people dedicated their whole life to it. Right. They've been fitness and health their whole life, and the average person doesn't have that time.
That was exactly my story. I had to do it over time. I found now what works, but trial and error. And this is what your book is allowing us to get past, that trial and error.
Exactly. So here's the things what's your goal? Here's what is, you can take a genetic test, you can scan it. There's a genetic test even if you want to do that. Here's some things that based on that you need to look at. So maybe, there's a barrage of tests that you could do with a naturopathic doctor, but if you know your genetics and you know your patterns, and we kind of break those down for you, you go, oh, okay, well, these are the tests that's going to give me the most bang for my buck. I can go ask them and get those and say, yeah, I need a blood sugar monitor for 2 weeks, or I'm going to do a gut biome test to see if I have the right bacteria because I'm not digesting my food right, or maybe I have low mood and I don't have the right bacteria in my stomach that helps me make the neurotransmitters that make me feel happy.
Do you actually tell people how to get those tests? Or
yeah, it's all in the book. So you just scan it in the book. And here's the best part. There's an app that comes with it. So what happens once you know which, so let's say you prefer, if it fits your macros diet, or let's say you prefer a ketogenic diet or a plant-based diet or a paleo, whatever diet it is you prefer, you go to that chapter, you read that chapter. These are the things you need to watch for. These are the things you need to look for. And then there's like little barcodes and you scan it in, and then you go to the app and you punch in your age and you punch in what your goal is and you punch in the stuff, and then you can calculate a diet that works exactly for you.
That's awesome. That is,
Yeah.
that's wicked. And I'm so glad we're talking about it, because I saw the book on the outside, but I hadn't had the chance to have the exchange with you. I mean, that's really nine times out of 10, that's the biggest problem. That's why we don't involve ourselves in people's diets. We say, here's what you need: hydration, inflammation reduction,
Correct.
movement, and that's about it, because the diet thing has been so confusing, and there's so much misinformation about it.
And people end up in these wars. So you're sitting with your friends, and your friend loses 20 pounds on a ketogenic diet to get ready for their wedding. And you're going, and they start telling you the things that they're doing. Well, they're eating bacon in the morning, and they're coating everything in fats, and they're drinking fat with their coffee, and they don't eat any carbs for any reason, and they don't eat any plants because they're trying to kill you. And they go, oh, okay, that sounds, well, that worked for Sally. I'm going to go do that. So you start doing it. Your stomach feels bad. You're getting the runs, right? You're craving carbohydrates. So then you're like, how come this isn't working for me? It's working for Sally. Well, because maybe Sally struck on a few things that's going to work for her for a while. But then 6 months from now, Sally's back up 25 pounds. What happened, Sally? Well, I made my goal for the wedding. But then, we had to go out, we went on vacation with the kids, and then, my husband likes to have this, and, next thing you know, I was just blowing up, and now I'm fatter than I was before. I feel unhealthy. Why? Well, because the dietary strategy was not a diet that's suitable for you for life. It was something that you did as an intervention to what wasn't working in the past. So number one, you accept what you're doing right now is probably not optimal. So I always say there's 3 questions. What diet's right for you? What diet's right for you right now? So for example, if I'm trying to lose weight, I could go through this thing. If I'm trying to, I'm a young kid and I'm an athletic, I want to build a little extra muscle. I want a bit more shape as a lady. I want to go to the gym and work out. Maybe I'm, middle-aged and I'm overwhelmed with a lot of stress and kids. I need to have a brain that's operating really well. And I don't have a lot of time to focus on what I'm eating. Okay, so whatever that situation is, you can go to the book, you can find, that's the situation I'm in. Let's calibrate for what's right for me right now. And then the final question is, am I doing my current program as well as I could be? And inside of that, we keep helping you provide not just the overall strategy, but the individualized tactics that will allow you to be successful within the strategy that's right for you.
That is the key, because what I find that, after working in the industry, from the bodybuilding nutrition side for 20 plus years, the clinical side for 10 years, people learn a little bit about a diet. Yeah, people are asking. It's the Nutrition Bible.
Ultimate Nutrition Bible.
Yeah.
By Optimizers.
And
this is the book. This is the book that is going to transform the industry.
Yeah, I can guarantee it will, because it's the issue is people, they learn enough about a diet to talk about it and implement it partially. And
correct.
And almost nobody understands the diet that they're on.
That's right.
And the other part too is they don't realize that the body has to have contrast over time in order for it to perform. If I give it the same damn thing all the time, no matter what, it's going to stop performing, because it needs the contrast. The job of our body and our brain is to normalize things. And when things are too normal, then it has nothing to normalize.
And over time, every diet has some key characteristics that are really good.
Yeah.
And every diet has some key aspects that it's missing. Now, when you stack that up with your own individual genetics, eventually those things that you don't know are going to take you out. They're going to take you out from your health. They're going to impair your performance and potentially cause some serious complications as you get older. So what we want to do is help you identify those. Choose whatever diet you're right? It's just like, hey, if you want to be on a paleo diet, great. If you want to be on a keto diet, great. If you want to be a fits your macros diet, you want to be a plant, great. Here's the things you need to pay attention to. Here's how you optimize it. And when you optimize it, it's going to work better for you. And you're going to be cued into the things that can take you out of succeeding in that program over the long term. What areas? So for example, as a plant-based guy, I already said, I've offset some things. Matt just recently found out through some testing, he's on a ketogenic for 25 years. I've been a plant-based guy for 22 years. And he realized that some of the fats that he was eating weren't right for him on the ketogenic. So he's changed his fats within the diet itself. So now it's even better for him. He got a better blood profile on his triglycerides and stuff. So that was an issue for him. And there's all these little nuances. And the idea is to empower people with both. There's 875 scientific periodical studies that is referenced in that book. In fact, when people buy the big package, this is a package you get the book, you get a complete video course of the book, you get 3 recipe books, and you get access to the app. You get the Sick to Superhuman, the biohacking strategical guide as well. And all of this is to come into what? To provide the medium, the format, the way that you listen to it, the way you like it, the way you learn, the way you do that, so that you can pick what pieces are. You don't have to read the whole book. I don't tell everybody to read the whole book. Just read the book that's right for you. And then the final 2 chapters, I think, is where the future is. And that's what we're doing in genetics, epigenetics, and nutrigenomics. Basically, how to take suboptimal genes that you inherited from your family and turn them off so they don't express themselves. And we believe that we can extend people's biospan, which is your healthy longevity, to 100 and beyond with the strategies we've outlined.
And this is where, where I step in is emotional genetics.
Correct.
Because if I'm angry, irrespective of what I eat, I'm going to have adrenaline, norepinephrine, and cortisol as a regular part of my day, which shuts down my ability to absorb and all that. And so that's why this is why I love the partnership with you, because people are eating everything right, and then they come up against one more wall, which is, if you're freaking angry or you're scared all day long, if you're scared that your husband's going to leave you and leave you with the kids, you are going to eat with fear. And when you eat with fear, you're not going to digest, you're not going to rest properly, and nothing else is going to work. And I believe that, but it's a feeding system, because if I have the wrong gut biome, if I have the wrong foods, then I don't have the right attitude to express that emotion.
It's absolutely correct. And one of the chapters inside of the book are talking about how do you remove these psychological and emotional traumas that are buried in your subconscious that are holding you back from your best self. And this is a lot of what you're doing specifically.
That's exactly
with the Giving Garage.
That's why people are getting younger. I mean, you see people all the time getting younger. And what we want them to do is, they have this idea now. They're using all these tools to get younger by managing the top of the chain, which is my emotions. But on top of that is my perceptions. Let me give you an example. If I told you that your partner in life died, and you believe me, your whole body goes into shock. Every system is compromised. Your food will not digest properly. You have adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol. Your hormones dysregulate. Your brain starts to trigger into patterns. Then if I tell you 20 minutes later, oh, sorry, that's a mistake, it was somebody else, you'll start unwinding from that stressful event. And the only thing that changed was the perception of the event itself. So dealing with it, so what we're dealing with is at the perception level and fascia. And then what it needs to meet with is proper nutrition that supports that perception. Because like you were saying before, we're only 10% human cells, so we're just a big carrying case for all the bugs. And if the bugs are mad, we're mad.
A stressful event can wipe out over 50% of your microbiome. Like a car accident, a tragic event, it can just totally disrupt.
Perception, like I've been cheated on.
Yes.
Even if it's not true. The girl earlier, she had a stressful event, and she was talking about in breathwork. She's saying, how do I get out of this with breathwork? Because I got into a free state, and it was a state of feeling like she was being cheated on, even though she wasn't. Well, that exactly what you just said. It takes out 50% of your gut biome right there.
Exactly. So, and then plus we've got all the agents out there that are disrupting things or whatever. So what we, everybody knows us because we have probably the most robust digestive health suite of products.
Not probably. You have them. There's not even a second place anywhere on the planet. Not even a second place.
Thank you for
that.
that.
I mean, that's why we partner with you. Like, since I met you, Wade, since 2018, since we did that podcast, I have been a firm believer that your solution is the only solution that I would even recommend slightly to somebody. There's no other bacteria, no other process on the market that does what you do. Even, you won't say it, but I will. People who are taking P3OM and higher doses are not going to have glyphosate issues. That's a big statement. That's the statement I'm going to make because I can see it. I can see the results of people because they're changing. They're changing overnight because of the protocol that we're adding our supplements, our protocol to your supplements, and people are winning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We are psychophysiological machines.
Yeah.
And we have a specific digestive system, which has its own brain. You can cut all the cords to it. It still operates. And that's why we have like a gut feeling. And we came to fame about that. But a lot of people didn't know that Matt and I have completely different dietary strategies. He's a keto guy. I'm a plant-based. How do you guys run a company together? That always comes up when we do interviews together. And I'm like, it's because our dietary strategy is what's right for you right now, and what can you sustain over the long run. So how are you doing it as best as possible? And almost anybody can benefit from optimizing their digestion, but we wanted to go beyond that. We wanted to establish a universal set of principles that allows people to succeed and take that 97% of people failing and turn it to 97% of people succeeding.
So, this is this is why I like what
this
you guys.
This is the book. People are asking about it. So
yeah,
these are the books.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
And I recommend everybody gets this because we do not take that step. We do not want to be in that step. You are experts in that business. I want to stay out of that. I want you to continue. You guys have more scientists doing more research than anybody else on the planet that I know of in this space. And you guys test everything, test all the enzymes. You personally test it. And what I like best about it is you're not promoting a religion or a belief. You're promoting, like you said, you pick your own strategy based upon the information. You're giving people the tools to make decisions.
Exactly. And, one of the things that I think is cool is you unlock the trauma and nervous system components that are impeding people from accessing the nutrients of life. And nutrients in life go way beyond just what you're eating. It's about what you're consuming in your mind, what you're feeling in your heart, what kind of environment you're putting yourself in. All of these things is what feeds our soul. And if you feed your soul properly, then your mind gets in the right place. And if your mind gets in the right place, the body gets in the right place. Now you can go to the body, mind, and soul. You can go to the soul, mind, and body. Or you could have blockages in one of those areas, and that's what you unify.
Yeah.
Start uncorking that aspect.
This is the biggest thing I want people to hear is you have to start at food because it's the most constant input into our lives other than air. And if we don't start at food, if we don't have the food right for us, everything else in our body's designed to balance the unbalanced. And if the food's not right, we're going to be unbalanced in our emotions or unbalanced in our perceptions or unbalanced in our physicality if the food ain't right. This is why it's so important to understand that piece.
Well, the other part around food is tied to culture, emotions, psychology, and social interactions.
Yes.
And so in our pyramid of nutritional decisions, that's the base of the pyramid. Because maybe you got rewarded with candy and cookies and stuff if you were sick or if you needed attention. So you're going through later in life and you don't know why you're overeating, but you're destroying your body, but you're feeding that sense of, oh, I'm a good person, or somebody cares about me. Okay?
You know what? I had so we fasted for 44 days. And in after the 28 days, which is a human habituation cycle, that's why rehabs are 28 days. What happened was the strangest thing. When we went back to food, I knew I liked that food, but I had no memory of the food. So I got to rebuild my relationship with everything in there, because if I'm self-soothed by if every time I'm sad I eat ice cream, that my body has the memory of it, so it's firing all the hormones and neurons and it's all the bacteria, and so if I go 40 years later without a break from food for over 28 days, and then I eat that ice cream again, all of the memory comes back. But I found in my personal life, for Jason, Cynthia, and I, it was the weirdest experience, because we had no memory of food. So like I didn't know what it felt like anymore, which is memory is feeling. It's not thinking.
Yeah, and we have to realize that our limbic system is way stronger than our forebrain or our logical, rational system. So
Right.
you can be as disciplined you want on a diet, and you go, I keep failing on it, or can't stay with it, because you're going to come up against these psycho-emotional triggers. And that's going to take you out of the situation. So recognize that everybody has them, and we can get past them if you know what to do. Going to the human garage, doing a 28-day reset, understanding that there's a psycho-emotional connection that is impairing you. And then looking at the science here that we've outlined in the Bible in an easy to understand language, so that you can pick what's right for you, and you also don't force a family member into something that's not right for them.
Right. That's a big one with parents.
It's a huge issue for so many people, because little Johnny doesn't respond well to what little Sally does. And how do you resolve this as someone who wants to feed their kids the best? Or maybe one of your kids has a serious digestive issue, or emotional dysregulation issue, or maybe they can't concentrate as well. Well, maybe the diet that they're having is not right for them. It might be okay for you, it might be okay for your kid, it might be okay for your husband or your wife, but it's not okay for that person. Now you are armed with the questions to ask, and to take it to your expert professional, an ND, dietary expert, whatever you want to go to, and then uncork these things for yourself.
You know, I think the next step for us, Wade, and maybe we can talk about this week, is next time we get together, I think it's on the 10th or something, is what happens after our reset, because our reset protocol is pretty aggressive. And what we want them to do is we want them to take biooptimizers and implement it into their life, because I do. I use it every single day. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't use it every day. I use it on days that I need to for specific reasons. But I use it as a regular part of my life. Like you saw my face blow up there a couple months ago. Well, I just went heavy on the probiotic, on the P3OM, and that was my antibiotic, and it worked. I mean, it really worked. And I want people to know about next time we talk. I want them to have, here's my strategy for after the 28-day reset. Here's how I can implement it in.
Well, it's really simple. I'm going to encourage everybody, pick up a copy, The Ultimate Nutrition Bible by Wade Lightheart.
And they can get that by going to the site. So they go through our partner link and still get that?
They can go through your link. They'll find it there. It's on the site. It's in your links.
And what we'll do is we'll put it up. We'll put it up in our link tree. I think I'll get her to do that so that it's easy for people to find.
Yeah. And I'd love to get your feedback from it. I think it's going to make a big difference and help people continue on after they've reset their system.
I got to get a signed copy, dude.
I'll get you a signed copy. All right, brother.
Wait.
I got to run. I got another interview to do. So thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing this. This is so awesome. I'm so excited about this. This is a culmination of a lifetime's work.
Sweet. Take care.
Take care. Okay, everybody. If you haven't done it yet, you find out why. One of the reasons why the 28-day reset with supplements works so powerful. It's because of the combination of the products that we recommend. You can do a 28-day reset without products, but the one thing that you do need to have is minerals, diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. I do not believe that you're going to be successful in large component without having some sort of minerals. If you are in a place where you can't get minerals, like literally eat dirt. And I'm not kidding. So anyways, everybody, fantastic day today. I mean, fantastic. If you got somebody you want to understand more about diet, come and have them watch this. This will be on the wall later on. The breathwork session, if you missed it, go back and get it. And then the conversation at the front end. That conversation at the front end with Sophia. It was unbelievable. I'm going back to watch it myself just because I love that interaction. Looking forward to seeing you guys. See, today is Tuesday. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Hump day. And by the way, tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is your phone's going to ring day. And don't worry about it. It is what it is. Just let it ring. Turn it off. Do whatever. Don't worry about it. And then furthermore it's the start of the next 9 months tomorrow, astrologically. If you didn't see that, go to yesterday's Astro Monday and watch what Christopher Witecki says about the next 9 months, especially the next 3 months. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a great day.
You talk about